Down and shut up.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me peace.
Why so serious?
You take the blonde and I'll take the one in the tail.
This is Sparta!
I'll have what she's having.
Welcome to another installment of the Screen Squad.
Which is basically a whole wheat on rye.
I'm so sleepy.
Huh? What?
It's so early again. Sunday mornings.
Happy Easter.
Sunday mornings.
Sunday morning, Easter.
The only pass is this called Passover? I don't know. Is this
No,
Passover?
that passed over.
It passed over when they passed the stones. I'm so exhausted. I want to sleep.
So go to sleep.
No, we're recording now. And then by the time this is done, I'll be fully
Usually
awake.
when we record, you guys sound like we all
Because-
sound like we're asleep.
Because we just woke up. You're the only one that is 3 hours ahead, so it's not our fault. You're fully awake.
I mean, see, you have an excuse.
Yeah.
Not like you should be awake already.
True.
I still like to sleep.
You lazy bum.
Mm.
Well, we are going to be talking about a pretty dope movie. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. Aspects of it. We are talking about 2021's Kong versus Godzilla. The one just came out, HBO Max, baby.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
But we did the awesome way. We rented a private theater and we saw it with family. No masks required because it was just us. It's pretty fun.
I mean, you still need a mask to walk in.
Yeah, around.
Yeah.
But the theater, not so much. Well,
I watched it at home.
Oops, someone's
It was
getting a
still
phone
awesome.
call.
That's not me. It's
All
it's
right.
probably Edgar.
Not me.
It's not me either.
It's not me, so I don't care.
It's 100%. It was 100% coming from your microphone.
Yeah, from here.
Well done. Soundproof. It's a soundproof.
You guys are fucking
Studio.
liars.
This mic will not pick up any sound.
Except for HPV.
Sound.
There
High-pitched voices.
you
That's
go.
what he meant. Well, we are talking about Godzilla versus Kong, the movie that was a million years in the making, from this what is it, the MonsterVerse,
Tease.
the MonsterVerse, since the first Godzilla came out with Kick-Ass and Heisenberg. Then you had
You forgot Wanda.
and Wanda. Then you had the sequel, then you had Kong Skull Island, which
Yeah.
had Sam Jackson, Loki, and Captain Marvel.
And Jack Black.
No, that's a different one.
No, John C.
was-
Riley's in it.
That was John C.
Oh,
Riley.
That's right, John C. Reilly. Forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, you had that, and then
Who I think kind of was the only human that stole the show in that movie.
Sam Jackson.
He was cool, but there's no John C. Riley.
and then you had Godzilla, King of the Monsters, that had Vera Farmiga, and
11.
11, and and Kyle Kyle Chandler.
Chandler.
Kyle Chandler.
Who was
Miley.
in the Peter Jackson Kong?
He was in the Peter Jackson Kong, so he's been in 2 Kong movies.
Yeah, there you go. Take him too.
The only actor to ever survive. 11's dad, he was also in Kong, the Peter Jackson King Kong.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
His character spans decades,
I
and
don't like that movie.
it's a shared universe apparently.
So did you say you don't like that movie?
No, I don't like the Peter Jackson one.
Most people don't. Most people don't anymore. They
They
did when it came out, but not anymore for some reason. People just hate things later down the line.
I didn't like it when it first came out.
The director's cut's all right.
I enjoyed it because
when the Joker comes
the
out at the end.
details. The details in it was just kind of so nice stuff. Like it's one of those Peter Jackson kind of like
See the
touches.
Jackson.
Like
I want to see the Jackson cut.
The Jackson, the Jackson 5.
The Jackson, yeah, that was all Michael Jackson songs the whole time. No, so you have that, and then you have Godzilla King of Monsters, where they tease also at the end of Godzilla, the Kong fight, but at the end of Kong Skull Island, they tease Godzilla. So there's a lot of teasing in this movie, in this series. Like at the very end, they set it up.
teasing,
Yeah.
teasing. Yes,
But
yes. Tickle the balls.
It pays off because
Easy champ.
it pays off because Kong, like Godzilla versus Kong,
It's good fights. Good fights.
Good monster fighting. Good
Yeah.
monster fighting.
And it did. It actually looked pretty good too.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. But
I mean, it doesn't really compare to the 62 version.
I mean, when the two guys were in the outfits, random hitting,
the guys in the suits, that's what it is.
there's a guy in the back, taking a cigarette break. They're all the same size.
With lightning, King Kong with lightning powers.
But still, it's like the fight. See, okay, the movie was well done. The monster fights is what you really go to see. They really skimp out on the human story because there's no reason to have humans in there, but you have to have it to kind of push the story forward.
It was a little boring at times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Did they mention? Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, very much spoilers. If you have not seen it, by the way, we're gonna bring up a graphic. No, we're not, because we don't have that kind of money. Spoiler alert.
If
We're gonna
you haven't
spoil.
seen it, I'm not gonna lie. It's a movie.
But the Hollow Earth was that ever mentioned in the other movies?
No, it was never mentioned.
Oh, you mean Journey to Center of the Earth?
Hollow Earth.
Uh-huh.
Although that was my favorite part
With
of the movie.
Brendan or The Rock?
Yeah, Colin B.
The Rock was
The Brendan Fraser one or the Rock one?
no, but the Mysterious
The Rock,
Island.
more
Is the
like The
one,
Rock.
no. The one with the Rock is called Mysterious Island.
No, it's called Journey to Center of the Earth too.
Journey, yeah.
But they go to the Mysterious Island, not to General
Yeah,
Center.
well, but that's not what it's called, is it?
But they go to the Mysterious
That's not
Island.
what it's
the
called,
Center.
though,
They
is
go
it?
to the Mysterious Island. They go to the Mysterious Island, right?
Just
But it's a
admit you're
different
wrong.
movie. But it's a different movie.
Just
They
say
go to
you're
a
wrong.
different. They go to a
Just say you're
different place. You
Just say
stupid
you're
fat
sorry.
bastard.
Just say sorry, move on.
Go to
Just
a
say
different
sorry, move on.
place.
Look at how brave he is because he saw you yesterday and now he's not going to see you like for another week.
Well, he's supposed to come back today. They got to clean up. They
Whoops.
have to clean up, so they can't pretend. They can't just
I-
They can't just throw a party at my house and then leave and not clean. It's very uncouth of you.
Couth.
Yeah. No. So what was I saying? No, the hollow. Yeah, you were talking about the hollow
You
earth.
were wrong.
No, I wasn't. You're talking about the hollow earth. They don't mention
Yeah.
the hollow earth.
No.
Once, I did like it though. I thought that was a cool idea.
Now, hold on. We're glancing over the fact that Kong was in the major city, in a dome, and they were basically Truman showing him.
Yeah,
I don't think
but
he was
no,
in a major city. He was in Skull Island, wasn't he?
No,
He
he
was
was in a
just in a
major city
dome.
in a dome. It was basically Truman Show.
No,
They treat him like-
no.
they-
I think he was in Skull Island.
But
Because
they
it was the
just
Skull
built a
Island. It was
dome.
the Skull Island encampment or whatever. Because they just built a dome to contain Kong in the dome. But they were in Skull Island, just like again, spoilers at the very end. They
Yeah,
now build their
Oz,
encampment.
just admit you're wrong, Oz.
Yeah, admit you're wrong.
No,
Admit you're wrong.
because it's too many lights. Too many lights. Sorry, has
No,
been city.
no. So it
Did not say where. It did not say where.
it did say at the
It
very
said it
beginning,
right at the-
right
right at
when
the
they show
bottom,
up.
it
It's the encampment. The thing is, you were buying popcorn because you're a fatty. You're buying like 3 hot dogs and 4 tubs of popcorn just for yourself. You
First
didn't
of
want to
all,
share with anyone.
2
Even-
tubs because you buy one get one free refill. AMC, love them. And what 2 drinks? That's it. So it's fine.
Just for you, that's like a lot. That's a lot.
That's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
I get parched when I watch movies. I get parched. It's the popcorn. No, but they do. No,
popcorn
it's
gets stuck
because
in your throat.
It's because you did. No. Well, the problem is you did miss a bit of the beginning because again we got there a bit late. We got there like right where the previews were starting, and we still have to set everyone up in their own free seats anywhere they want to sit. But no, the first dome is in Skull Island. It is Skull Island. Just like at the very end, now they have the encampment in the Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Although how the Hollow Earth seems very, very dangerous to me. How are these humans walking around freely?
Because
Kong's around to protect them, I guess.
I guess. No, but from the very beginning, you have you have the actors from the movies in it, right? But they are so. The whole point of the movie is not you're not there to see the actors. You're there to see Kong fight Godzilla.
Yeah, no, but they just
And that's
put the
why
actors in to connect
but
them.
that's why they skimp out on the actual story for the actors. They just need something to propel because these monsters don't speak, right? Other than Kong's doing sign language. But
Yeah.
other than that, like you need the humans to at least narrate where it's gonna go next. But
And
that's
that was all Brian Tyree Henry.
yeah, pretty much. And the last
Even
time,
even like throughout the scenes where Miley Whitney Houston is not speaking, you see you
Did you
can,
say
you can
what?
see
Miley Whitney
her
Houston?
you can see her listening to the podcast.
yeah,
And it's just that guy talking.
yeah, and then
the
you have. Okay, so that's the thing. You have
I did
you have
say that.
you have multiple story. You have multiple like human stories. You have the Kong side of the story, which is the guy from True Blood. Right, you have him. You have the guy from True Blood. You have
Not Pennywise.
the third and not not Pennywise's brother.
Yeah.
You have the
Or the scientist from Thor.
yeah the scientist
So
that's his
so
poppy.
so basically Tarzan.
You have the person who's supposed to, the person who was supposed to be originally the
Yeah.
Mandarin, which is Rebecca Hall, and you have the sign language little girl. You have them, and then you have My Prerogative, Fire Fist, and the guy who was in the horrible Chucky remake with the Godzilla story.
Who was in the Chucky?
Brian Tyree Henry. He was he played he played the Chris Sarandon part.
The voice of the
Oh, that's right.
the voice of the dad cop in Spider-Man into Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Miles' dad.
Yeah.
That I knew, but
Okay.
Yeah. He was
I
in
didn't
the- he
remember
was in-
him
he
in
was
Child's
a
Play.
horrible Child's Play. Yeah.
I completely blocked
Yeah.
that movie out.
Oh, okay. Well, Enola Holmes was not bad in this movie though.
They didn't give them the thing is there was so much the movie was filled with so much of the good stuff, which is the monster fighting, like because that really went for like a
It
good
didn't allow the.
they didn't
actors to
allow
actually do
for a
something,
good
which is
story.
fine.
Yeah, like you didn't, and there was too many characters. Like they brought Kyle Chandler back, but he was only in it for a little bit. You have Godzilla's the human people from Godzilla's side, their portion very little. You have the Kong stuff, which seemed to be a little bit more because you now have to bring Kong into the Godzilla story. So that's where you're kind of bringing in more of the human narrative. You know.
Yeah.
They quickly glance over like, yeah, they sense each other. What? Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's about to go
Yeah,
down.
but see, these are some of the things. There's certain things that they didn't bring in from Godzilla King of Monsters. Like, where's Charles Dance? You remember? Didn't he buy Ghidra's head at the very end? Where is he now? It's Damian Bashir. Now he's handling Apex. Like, there's certain aspects of the movie that didn't follow through. Like, where's his character? Or you have John Goodman's character at the very beginning, like narrating some stuff from Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, but see, cool thing about those things about this movie is that those things really don't mean shit. Like you literally watch the movie and you don't really care. Like you're not
Yeah.
too invested in it where it bothers you, because you're like, I just want to see some fucking fighting.
No, but Edgar did have a point. That it was kind of certain parts of it were kind of boring.
Yeah,
with
it
the
lulled
humans.
it lulled for a bit so you can like
I love
get
the
all
whole
jazzed.
I really oh crap! There goes my camera. I should have charged my camera. I'm gonna have to switch cameras, guys. Sorry.
This guy.
Like, good thing about live streaming, huh?
Yeah. Thanks.
Look, and I'm completely frozen.
Hey, Vera Farmiga and Damian Bashir from the James Wan universe, the Annabelle universe.
Okay, so you're gonna put like a random doll just hanging out.
There we go.
I'm just
Switching.
trying to make conversation.
We're
'cause-
switching. We just switched cameras. There you go. It's gonna
The
look
universe.
real bad, but it is what it is.
The universe.
I knew I should have charged my camera. My bad, guys. My bad. That's my technical mistake. But I have backups. That's like the best
It's
part.
fine.
I have backups. No, but you do go. You are there for the monster fight. That's the thing. You are there for the monster fights. You do get nods to the other movies, right? You do get explanations on a couple things. They show who Dr. Land's brother is, but you don't, like, he's inconsequential. Like he was trying to get to the Hollow Earth, I guess, at one point, and he died trying to get to the Hollow Earth. He couldn't make it.
I'm not that invested.
Yeah,
It makes your insides go outside.
but that's the thing. Like,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
they really built the movie where
stabbed him with a brick.
where you don't really care about the human aspect of it. You just want to see the giant,
exactly.
the apex monsters fight. You want to see the fight, and that's the thing. You get two really good fights from
One in
that.
sea.
The one on the sea, kind of. I feel like some of it was spoiled in like the trailers, some of it, but not everything. But definitely the Hong Kong fight, not a lot was spoiled. That's a really big fight, and the whole Martin Riggs thing that Kong does where he snaps his shoulder back, and
First thing I thought.
that was like the biggest clap.
Oh, yeah.
That I was like,
He stands up. He's like, all right, Bray, hold on. Hold on.
uses a skyscraper.
And then he
By
takes
the way,
out the only bullet he has left and puts
Yeah.
it in his gun.
And they don't really explain. I mean, they kind of explain, but I thought the axe that Kong was using was made out of a Godzilla like fin.
They don't explain it, but it's a
Maybe.
weapon it's a weapon that he used when he was to become king of the monsters in Hollow Earth. So that it wasn't him, but his people.
His ancestors.
It
I
may
like
be
the
the
fact that-
fin because they do mention that there was a big battle. There was always a battle between the Godzilla race and the Kong race.
They always fight.
And it does
They
look
never-
like one of his
That's what I'm saying. It does look like
Yeah.
one of his
and it
scales.
gains power every time Godzilla would shoot it.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, it's lit up now.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
it's
this is lit.
And he kind of looks in the camera and goes, oh, you fucked up.
like it's a very simple premise for a 2-hour movie, but all you want to see is the destruction of the two monsters. I'm gonna sneeze.
If I was like, I'm gonna sneeze.
No, yeah.
Coronavirus.
No, you like. I don't. Now I lost track of what I was saying, but
It's you're saying how like there's a 2-hour movie, but you see enough of the fighting to
because that's
Too
what you
far.
that's what I was really like looking
Yeah.
forward to see, and that's what really like
It's-
took for me.
it's
It
like
took
Titanic.
a good chunk of the or like Pearl Harbor. The only time the Pearl Harbor gets good is when you see the war on Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
That's the action.
I
when
mean,
you see the action,
when Hawaii
everything leads
goes
to the action.
down.
There's a couple like chuckles that you got from me, but that was mainly from Fire Fist and Brian Tyree Henry. Those are the only two, like the only times I was like, you got a couple chuckles for me, and I'm like, okay, well, let's move on. Let's do the next thing. Then the whole heave, that whole so the story is simple, right? Let's explain what the story is. If again, we're gonna go spoilers. The story is Godzilla is going nuts. According to people, he's going nuts, and he's destroying places. He's going to target places, and he's destroying these. He's targeting places, cities that house this Apex company, and he's destroying it. He's specifically targeting these. Now, on the opposite end, you have at Skull Island, you have a group of people that are studying Kong. Kong is now huge. He's older. You can tell he's older because from the movie with
got gray hairs.
Yeah, now he has gray hairs on his balls. So he has. It's more
Well,
distinguished.
doesn't it take like 50 years after Kong Skull Island or
Was
something like that?
Kong Skull Island was in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
30, yeah, almost, yeah, about 50 years. Because they don't really say what year this movie takes place in. I don't remember it, and I've only seen it once, and I didn't see it on HBO Max, so I couldn't rewind it. So I will rewatch it on HBO Max later today. But so you have people studying Kong, and then you have this other company that was targeted by Godzilla, Apex, and they go and they meet the Doctor Hand, played by Alexander Skarsgård, and he has a theory about the Hollow Earth, that there is a world within the Earth that's where these monsters, or the Apex monsters, come from, and they generate their power from. And what Apex wants to do is they want to get to the Hollow Earth
And find the power source.
find a power source for something.
Yeah.
that you don't find out until later. And
Or if you look at the trailer, you're like, oh, okay.
yeah. And then you have then you have you have Dr. Land. He goes over to the Kong crew and convinces them that he needs to go back to the Hollow Earth. He needs to go home because Kong hates it in the dome. He wants to go home. And he befriends a little a deaf girl, and they are, signing each other. They're like best friends. They're homies. Kong always makes friends with girls. Like that's his thing. That's Kong's thing. Like he makes friends with like everyone, and he is definitely a protector.
He's
that's
a feminist. He's a feminist.
But that's what you do get in this movie is that Kong is a protector. Also, he's not there to like destroy, like as much as he destroys because he's fighting, but he's not there to destroy things. So then the Apex company essentially chooses Kong to lead them back to the Hollow Earth so they can find the power source. And while this is happening,
they journey by boat.
Yeah, they journey by boat, and Godzilla is 100% like tracking them. They're trying to move away from where Godzilla is, but he knows where Apex is going. He senses Kong. So if Kong leaves Skull Island, now that's a threat to Godzilla. Godzilla now has to go deal with that threat.
It's like they're the Corsican brothers. He just senses them.
Which one is Cheech?
Mad Mardigan. That's not Corsican brother. No. So then you have
don't be stupid, Fouquier.
No, so you have that, and that leads you to that big battle scene that you see in the first fight scene, in the sea that you see with Godzilla and Kong, because Godzilla just wants to destroy the Apex boats. He senses where they're going. Godzilla just has a sense of what's happening, and he wants to destroy it. Eventually, they because they're trying to get to Antarctica because that's where the tunnel that they built that takes you down to the Hollow Earth is.
I got like a cramp in my jaw. Crazy.
I felt like we were watching the movie too. All of a sudden, it got really boring.
Wow. Well, that's the story, right? That's pretty much the story. They're just trying to get, and then later in the movie, you find out that the whole power source they're trying to get. By the way, this is where they introduced hot ass Aisa Gonzalez. They introduced
from Baby Driver.
And
yeah, I just rewatched that. That was pretty good.
From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series.
God, it's so good.
I didn't watch that show. It's good.
Yeah, I never saw it.
No. You just go through her IMDb list.
No, I saw one episode and then she was in it.
Yeah,
that's about it. But I won't. Why am I gonna watch a TV show when I'll just watch the movie that I like better?
Yeah, which one? The second one? Or
the first one. The first one. Come on, the only good from Dusk Till Dawn.
There's no in our world. There is no second.
Yeah. No. So you get introduced to that, and then it's just like it's just nonstop. Like at that point, it just becomes like fighting and fighting and fighting, and then But they did do a couple cool things. Like I liked that whole magnetic tunnel that Elon Musk is trying to build that they put it on screen.
I mean, you mean Star Tours?
Yes.
Yeah, no, but that's essentially the tunnel that Elon Musk was trying to build. That tunnel from LA to Vegas or whatever, where you can get somewhere. You get in a car and it just through magnets. It just pushes your machine through because that's essentially what it's doing. Magnets is just propelling it straight through the tunnel at like 1,000 miles an hour.
I was telling Jackie about this. Like, this is already set up to be like a new ride at a theme park.
Yeah. But too bad that Kong isn't. This isn't Universal. It's Warner Brothers.
So it could be a Six
Flags.
Flags?
No, Warner. That's only Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes in DC. Yeah. Actually, no. I remember they had the Terminator Salvation ride at one point.
Wasn't that a roller coaster?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was a roller coaster. You really can't do a Godzilla versus Kong roller coaster.
Do you get yelled at?
Yeah, for walking in, for not walking in line.
Oh, good.
No, but so you have that, then you have the Bobby. Then you find out Apex is holding skull. What are they called? Skull eaters, skull crawlers.
I was trying to figure out how she knew what those were called because
well, I mean she does research.
She's in the Godzilla movies, not the Kong movies.
Yeah, but she does research.
Yeah, but she's obsessed with
She
Godzilla,
listens to podcasts.
That's true. That's true.
which most people should be doing.
But the pinnacle of the movie is that the fact is when you first see. I mean, although I didn't like the design for Mecha Godzilla, and I didn't like and I like
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and I didn't like the fact that they first call him Robot Godzilla, and then Firefist goes, "No, Mecha Godzilla."
And he said it with an accent too. Go
Yeah.
figure.
On Firefist, Mecha Godzilla. Eh? I think that's what he said, something like that, on the lines of that. And I was like, "Oh God."
I did call it. I didn't watch any of the trailers because I didn't want anything spoiled. But in the beginning of the movie, when they first destroy that Apex place, I was like, "Wait a minute, are they building a Mecha Godzilla?"
Yeah.
And boom.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Exactly what
Because
happened.
they had to find their doomsday after they had their Martha moment.
Mothra. The Mothra
yeah.
moment.
Why did you say that name? No,
That's why he yelled at him in his face.
yeah, that's exactly what the conversation. If you had subtitles, you could say, "My mother's name was Mothra too."
The second one?
Yeah,
He's like, "You've been to Saturn? I've been to Saturn." Wait.
sandworms.
Huh?
Hermano.
I hate myself.
No, and then so you have Mecha Godzilla, which I don't like the fact that they just blurted out his name, or David Mashir says my Mecha at the end. I was like, oh come on, that was the only thing. Like for me, that was the only thing that bugged me. But that fight was really good. Like the fight prior, right? The fight prior, which is Godzilla versus Kong, where spoilers, Kong loses. Kong loses the fight.
No, correction. Kong and Godzilla murdered so many people.
This is true.
Yeah, that's
This
what I
is
was
true.
thinking too.
So
It's
many
like-
people died,
It's like these
Like
motherfuckers,
500,000 people.
these fucking pieces of shit just killed a bunch of people.
and it's Hong Kong. People live compact there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Hong Kong. People live compact.
Oh,
So there's so many people, but a lot of people. They also did say they moved a lot of people to bunkers. But why were people just having coffee at certain points? It looked like people were just sitting at a patio drinking coffee, watching these guys fight.
I mean, I'd sit there and watch. I mean,
But yeah, you would, because you're stupid.
yeah. I'm like, bro, he's not coming here. Oh shit, he's here.
Yeah. No, so you have the fight between Kong and Godzilla, like the main one, the main event. You had the little, the soft fight on the side, in the sea, where it's Godzilla's territory, right? The sea, because Kong can't breathe underwater, but Godzilla can. But then you have the Hong Kong fight, and Godzilla whoops Kong, and that was kind of like, bro.
Hey, Kong had some moments where he was just like,
There was some uppercuts, there was some jabs, el jab, compadre, el jab,
yeah.
There was some good.
Well, it was because of the rematch. Because in the 62 version, I think Kong wins.
The Kong does win, yeah.
Yeah, see, so it's
And,
like
and technically, he kind of wins at the end of this too. So, I mean,
no. He loses. He lost
lost.
this fight. He loses
He
the
lost.
fight. They only he dies. Spoilers. Kong technically dies.
no. He gets beaten pretty bad.
Almost to
But-
death. Well, no,
yeah,
technically he's
almost.
beat to death because even they feel his heart is stopping.
He's
They
dying,
had to
yeah.
restart his heart.
And
They
then
have to
they
Pulp
pull-
Fiction him.
Exactly.
They have to
Then he,
stab
uh,
his heart with
re-
adrenaline.
Did you really want to take my Pulp Fiction phrase?
Yeah.
You want to take that away from me?
Well, I just did. Do
Yeah, I know,
something.
dick.
Do something.
So then what? He resurrects?
Yeah.
Oh, happy Easter, huh?
There you go.
The Easter tie-in. He's resurrected
The Buddy Christ.
after like 2 hours probably.
No, and then but they really just they Iron Man him, they Pulp Fiction him, they wake him up. They use
Everything.
the heave machine to pretty much defibrillate him, and they wake Kong back up. But it's not like they supercharge him like in Godzilla versus Godzilla King of Monsters. Godzilla's dying, and they nuke him to supercharge him, right? Or well, technically Godzilla's just asleep. He's hibernating.
I had so many issues with that movie, but whatever.
and then they nuke him to supercharge him. But you
That's
could
the King of Monsters.
yeah,
right?
and the King of Monsters,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
They
it's
kinda
the
do
King of
this-
Monsters, I think.
They
Yeah.
kind
What's his name? Ishiro, right?
Ken Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe. You know that's his son, right? Ren, the guy that's controlling Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, is it? They
Oh.
didn't explain that. See,
Yeah,
there's certain
I
Did
think
not
he
know
wanted
that.
to kill. He wanted to kill Godzilla because
He killed my
he
pappy.
blames. He blames him for his pappy.
Well, see, they should have kind of explained that. Would have been nice. Would have been
Serizawa
nice.
is his last name. That's why.
Ah, okay. Well, it's good to know. There's no explanation, but
You're welcome.
but nonetheless, you have the fight where Godzilla whoops Kong, busts his shoulder, dislocates his shoulder, pretty much steps on his chest. They yell at each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're just screaming at each other, and Godzilla knows he's dying, that he won. So Godzilla doesn't kill him. He just walks away.
Leaves him there to suffer.
Yeah, leaves him just to die. They bring him back with the defibrillator. Then, while all this is happening, they use the power source that they took from the Hollow Earth, and they fully awake Mechagodzilla. But now Mechagodzilla, because they never tested the power source, they don't know what's gonna happen. It becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
It doesn't need the mental bridge between a human. Now it thinks on its own, and it just starts smirking people. Like Mechagodzilla just starts blasting mouth laser all over Hong Kong, melting
Yeah.
people. I was like, that's a jerk move. You just
He's a bad guy.
showed up. Yeah, like they really had to establish him as a bad guy.
And more people died.
Yeah, so many more.
It's
So
like
many more.
you still see people running. Like, oh, people are in buildings and they're dying.
Like the first,
Wait, no.
to get a, like, if you put yourself in the mind frame of the people, if there's giant monsters smashing into buildings, yeah, I'm gonna run into that building.
Yeah, but
That's what everybody was doing. Like, let's go hide in this building,
oh,
and then
oh.
death, straight up. So then they team up. Then they wake up Kong. Godzilla's getting whooped though. Like, for it being a giant mech, it moves very quickly. That's a Power Ranger movie, by the way. It just reminded me, like, when I was watching it, I was hearing the Power Ranger theme song. They were in a Megazord and they were beating the monster up. That's what it looked like. A better version of Power Rangers. What Power Ranger should have been. And then Godzilla's getting whooped. It's a swift moving giant mech. Not like if you saw Pacific Rim. In Pacific Rim, like, they weren't moving as fast as they did as Mechagodzilla moved in this one. He was moving quick, and he's beating, like, slamming Godzilla's head everywhere. He was about to murder him, and then Kong comes in, and
you see Mech almost killed him the same way he killed the
Muto.
The Muto, yeah.
Like he was about to blast him down the
mouth,
throat.
and
He was about to just give him a load in the mouth. He just would shoot his laser down his throat. That's what he was doing. That's what he was gonna do. Give him a mouthful of laser.
All I know is then also they turned into Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. Then it became a buddy cop movie, and then they both started, like, Godzilla and Kong just started, like, beating
not
the crap
lethal
out of
weapon.
No, because Mel Gibson took care of business by himself.
Yeah, because Danny
was
Glover
never-
was
it
getting
never
too
double
old for
team.
this shit. He was already too old
Unless
for it.
unless you do the whole
But-
when they both took on Jet Li.
Yeah,
and Jet Li-
that's what I was gonna say. Unless it was like Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But
about it.
but
Other than that-
Kong does end up finishing the whole thing,
yeah, no, but they were still both in the
just
in the
like
fight.
Riggs.
Like every once in a while. he hits him.
But they did do the whole, like,
Yeah.
Thor
Look-
using his electricity and bouncing off. Or no, I'm sorry, Iron Man using his his laser onto Cap's shield and then Cap
Yeah.
was destroying it, because that's what Godzilla is, just blasted the axe to heat it, to, like, power it up, and that's how they chopped up
Yeah,
Mechagodzilla.
I knew he was worthy.
Yeah.
Then he took his head off and just
But
like
is
pulled
I
it
don't
out with the spine.
Godzilla looks kind of like they made his skin look extra rough in this one. Did you notice that? Like, in the other two movies, they didn't look that bad. Like, it didn't look bad. I mean, but, like, his skin looked really crispy in this one. And I think it was a good look, because if you compare from the other ones, he did go through a nuclear blast a couple times.
Yeah, and then when you cool it down with water for X period of time,
Godzilla looks really crusty, is what I'm trying to say.
it looks like lava rock.
Yeah, and it was, but I want to know what's gonna happen. Is this it? Are we not gonna get any more Godzilla and
Like-
Kong? Are we
Like they nodded at each other like, all right.
because
Like you're just gonna walk away, bro? You just fucking killed a bunch of people in this place.
deuces.
Well, but isn't it, what about in King of
bad.
Monsters? Didn't they say that there was possibly an egg for the Mothra?
Yeah, they left seeds for other things, but this movie didn't have any seeds for anything else. You know what I'm saying?
No post credit scene
There's
either.
no,
What
yeah,
the hell?
there was no like where this is gonna
No.
go. There's no other monster. Although, how many heads did that company buy? Was it only one head at the end?
I think there was a head in the mecha.
There was, but he bought 3, right? There was 3 heads.
Yeah.
So that we
Well,
only.
I don't know if
see
he
2.
bought 3, but I know there was a head in the mecha. That's why they used the psychic thing.
Yeah, there was a head in the
between
mecha
the
and
one
then
and
the
the-
head at the Apex facility. But was there like if there? I don't know. That's kind of have to rewatch Godzilla King of Monsters at the post credits to see if there was 3 heads or 2. Because if it was 3, then that means there's one more, and maybe they could make another mecha of the other bad guy, not Godzilla this time.
Or superhuman samurai.
But see, that's the thing. Like when I'm thinking about the movie, the end of King of Monsters, Godzilla is always the good guy. Why did they even maybe I just didn't catch it? Did they explain why Apex wanted to make Godzilla look like the bad guy?
Well, because they wanted to kill him, and so they could be alpha, and
Yeah.
they had to lure him in.
I don't
So
think
the-
they were
so-
trying to make him
So
look bad.
the mecha was actually sending out signals. Whenever they would operate it, they would send out signals, and then it'd be like, all right, what who's calling me? Who's calling me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to. As soon as the mecha was turned on, Godzilla would sense it and try to
Yeah.
go kill it. That's all it was.
And then Kong is super chill about it. He just wants to go home.
Yeah.
Kong wanted to go home, and then
Me
what
too.
did Godzilla do?
Me too, right now.
And then Godzilla just blasts Kong's throne room. After Kong finally got to sit on the throne, that's a cool. You get that cool scene where Kong sits on the throne.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Who built that?
that's one of the questions I
Because-
had when I was
Because
watching the
they're
movie. Like,
apes.
yeah,
All I know is independent contractors. It's just-
Simo.
you don't
Caesar.
just take a job for no reason. I mean, sometimes you just you also have to deal with the politics and put into I don't know whatever.
So the people that died there?
I have a feeling maybe there were humans because in every Kong thing, there's always been humans with Kong. There's always maybe they lived alongside the humans and the humans did build the throne, but those are some giant stairs like steps that Kong.
The door.
Maybe you'll have like maybe like in a prequel or another movie you'll have like a flashback and you'll have like one wearing a hat and a toothpick and like an overalls and
Construction
just
hat?
like, yeah, construction Kong. This is where you get the different action figures. Construction Kong.
Comes with his own like hammer and axe.
Yeah. And it's his own measuring tape. He builds his own.
And a nagging wife in the back. That's
Yeah.
no white.
What time he's gonna be home?
You had lawyer
Yeah.
Kong. You had depressed dad Kong. He's just
Why are
sitting
you
on the
always
throne.
working?
That's all you have.
You got veteran Khan too. Just
Yeah.
constantly yelling at people.
With just old man Kong just yelling at the kids on his lawn.
PTSD
Yeah.
Kong.
Oh, bro. It's like he could be
there, man. You weren't there.
he could be the new Malibu Barbie. You have just Kongs of all types.
They got an orangutan.
Just out of nowhere, just everything's Kong, and you have one orangutan.
Played by Paul Giamatti again.
Yeah,
Crazy.
again, he loves to play orangutans.
With no makeup.
Yeah. No, but
Paul Giamatti's basically like an orangutan. They just like shave bald. Did you know? Did you know he was actually the orangutan in Any Which Way But Loose? Just saying. Little known fact. Wikipedia that.
Not Cannonball.
No.
Not the ape in Cannonball.
I mean, he did have a little cameo in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Just saying.
No,
Love
but
that monkey.
I'd like to see where this is gonna lead. Like if it's gonna lead anywhere. I mean, it's cool. I liked having them fight each other. But do I want to see more Kong movies? Yeah, I might want to see more Kong movies. Do I want to see
Kong is
Godzilla
awesome.
movies? I want to see more Godzilla because they seeded some other stuff like in Godzilla King of Monsters. there's still stuff you can do with Kong. There's this whole Hollow Earth thing. The throne. Who's gonna rebuild the throne room? You have to have a whole movie on that.
Well, I mean, I think Kong's in Hollow Earth. He rebuilds his he sets some stuff up like Thanos. Just sets some stuff up, enjoys his day, go away. And then you have Godzilla movies, in which he'll be fighting. He'll get like bombarded by too much. He'll throw out a signal. Kong comes and helps him out.
The bat signal. Now, who's gonna refill that hole that Godzilla just put in? They go straight to the Hollow Earth. Or how are they gonna close it so that no regular human can be like, I'm just gonna jump in because I'm stupid.
The magnetic field in there will turn you inside out.
Yeah, unless you're a giant monster or in a heave.
They actually have one of those in Guatemala too. But it's all created by water.
It's just It's just a giant sinkhole. That's all it is. Florida has them. But I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the monster fights, because that's really what you're going there for, is the monster fights. You're not going there for. And they
give you enough to make you feel good about it.
Yeah, like by the end of the movie, you're like, okay, this is where the movie shines. The movie shines with the monster fights, the Godzilla versus Kong. And they didn't overbloat it with a bunch of different monsters fighting them. You have other creatures in the movie, like the bats or whatever those bat kind of vulture-looking things are. Yeah.
You mean the snake bats?
Yeah, and then you have the snake bats, but then you also have the ones in the Kong cave, they look like vultures. They have the vulture mouths and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you have the skull crawlers. You have creatures in the movie. Right, you have creatures in the movie, but the focus is the fight between Kong and Godzilla. That's what you're there to see, and they deliver. That's the thing about the movie, is what you want to see, what you wanted to watch is what you get. You didn't get undersold. Yeah.
Like there's no bunch. It's not like a steak dinner that you get more sides than you do the steak. You get good enough steak in this movie.
Always food. Mm-hmm. Always goes back to food.
Food and porn.
They're not mutually exclusive.
I mean, one over the other sometimes.
But overall, like you really what you want, what you went to the movie for is what you got, and it was really well done. Could they have maybe done something better with what the humans and maybe not made it as, because I felt like a lot more of the focus was on the monsters, and because that's what you want. But if you could have spent just a little more time beefing up the story for the humans or making it more interesting.
Well, they gave Kong his own storyline too, though. Like they want to make sure he had his journey.
They gave both of them. They gave both of them their own storyline, but I think that's the problem. You have two different storylines, but then you have the third one, which is the main one, which is just the fight. That's the storyline everyone cares about. Is you just want to get them to the fight.
Just like Titanic, I just want to see a boat fall.
You're obsessed with Titanic. Have you been watching it over and over?
No, but it just pisses me off because you're there to watch the damn movie because you want to see how cool it looks when everyone dies, because death.
You just want to listen to Celine Dion sing. That's what it is.
Hey, she is the greatest singer in the world. But yeah. She's a national treasure, man. You leave her alone.
But on that note,
national in Canada.
On that note, Godzilla versus Kong versus Godzilla, whatever it's called. I always forget the difference if it's Godzilla versus Kong versus Godzilla. If you're into like those monster movies, as giant kaiju fights, this is your movie. This is what you want to watch.
This is a summer movie you can watch all year long.
Yeah, and if you
in the spring,
and if you can watch it in theaters, it doesn't beat, like, nothing beats seeing these monsters on a giant screen, right? Because that's really what you like. That's the way. This reason the movie's made is to watch these monsters on the giant screen.
Yeah, speaking of apes,
hey, but definitely it's a watch. If you have HBO Plus and you don't want to get to the movies, you can
HBO
watch
Max,
it from the
Max.
Oh, I'm sorry, HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO Max.
HBO Plus. This isn't Disney, bro.
HBO Go. If you have HBO Max, right? It's a watcher. Definitely check it out. you won't be disappointed because if you're gonna go in with the mentality that you want to see two monsters fight each other,
I mean,
that's what you're
this-
gonna get, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
This shit ain't Shakespeare, bro.
Yeah. It's
And
not Citizen Kane.
you know what? And then alone, just for the fact that when you see Godzilla smile at Kong after he like whoops him for a bit, when he does the smile, that sold me right there. You get Godzilla smiling, like in a menacing smile, like I beat you. That's like one of the best scenes. That and the Lethal Weapon nod, but definitely
Shoulder back in.
Yeah, definitely it's a watcher. Definitely it's a watcher. Like check it out. You won't be disappointed, especially if you go in the mentality that it's just two monsters fighting. That's what you want to watch. You just want to watch a fight.
Hey, those buildings went down pretty easy.
Well, these are giant monsters.
No
They are
shit.
pretty big.
But no shit. But I was like, man, they went down pretty easy. If you think about it.
build a Lego town and then just walk across it. See what happens. Same
All right,
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
My testes
on
knock it
video.
over.
Yeah. But on that note, guys, watch Godzilla vs. Kong. Very enjoyable. I say like it's a lot of fun. With its shortcomings with the human story, but that's not what you're there for.
No.
Definitely check it out on HBO Max.
Y se sale feo,
Like and
señor.
subscribe our video. Comment.
Make fun of how boring some parts.
Yeah,
Some.
sorry for
Some.
for boring you guys with the synopsis and the story of the movie. But somebody somewhere will like what I said. I
Yeah,
enjoy
somebody
the
likes
fact that somebody will like it.
One person.
Someone's gonna love me.
But on that note, guys, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And I
Hey, did I even introduce myself in the beginning?
I don't think we introduced ourselves, but it's fine. We went straight into the movie.
You are Dr.
whatever.
Oz Almighty.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hey,
you.
look. And
We'll
Spider-Man.
and Spider-Man.
Coming
We'll see you guys next week.
See you around, kid. Bye, Felicia. He's looking at you, kid. In case I don't see you.